We're almost out of time, Jane. I do want to sneak in a couple of questions about the budget, though. If we are a few weeks out now. You want to see some cuts to spending. Where would you like to see those cuts?
Well, 2 years of a Labor government with wrong priorities and poor policy choices have essentially left Australians worse off. We want to make sure that this budget doesn't miss the opportunity to restore prosperity of all Australians. We need to restore those fiscal guardrails that were in place and budget discipline and honesty, making sure that surpluses are actually structural, not just windfall. We also want to make sure that inflation is tamed to restore our standard of living. And most importantly, we want to see that there is opportunity and reward for effort instilled back into our economy.
Okay, when you say... Sure. When you say discipline, that means cuts. Where would you like to see the cuts?
Well, this government has spent an additional $209 billion over the last 2 years. And I don't know about you, but do you feel $209 billion better off? Quite frankly, what you've seen, what everybody has seen, as a drop in their disposable income. In fact, around 7.5% drop in disposable income in the last 2 years alone. It's not that just you feel poorer, you are poorer. And that's because this government has failed to tame inflation, has allowed interest rates to rise higher and stay higher for longer.
Inflation...
And because they have increased taxes.
It still exists, no doubt, still a problem. It has halved, though. Is that not a marker that it's on the right track?
Just last week, we saw that inflation still remains very sticky, and the Reserve Bank Governor herself said that this is a homegrown problem. Yeah. Unless the government tackles its homegrown inflation, its interest rates will stay higher for longer. That's what economists are telling us now. They're not the bond rate. The bond market has already factored in no interest rate drops for another 12 months. That's not good news for mortgage holders who are already paying an additional $24,000 on an average mortgage, an additional $24,000 more every single year.
I'm almost out of time, Jane, but yeah, and look, Warren Hogan, he was on my program on Friday. He said there could be 3 rate rises by the end of the year. Do you hope that doesn't happen?
Well, that's going to be, terrible news, cold comfort to those of us that have a mortgage out there, that are trying to, put food on the table for kids, send them to school, start a business or keep a business afloat. I'm here in Nowra today, and it's a beautiful town with, a great cafe community, but there are so many boards up with for lease signs on them in the main street. This is a real concern. Businesses are doing it tough and households are doing it tough. It's time that the government put the same discipline into its budget as households have to do.
Jane Hume, good to have you with us as always. We'll chat to you soon.